So today I'm going to show you how I pack my minis for a model horse show. I pack my traditionals differently, but you can kind of use the methods for both. But I'm currently packing my minis, so I can do this beforehand. I always pack my traditionals about 5 days to a week before the show. Oop. But my minis, I have time, so I'm packing them early. So I have many different methods. I have these little bubble wrap pockets for the stablemates. I have that one, that's for classic pony pouches. I'm going to show you how I pack my stands, just a single stablemate and pony pouches and bubble wrap. I'm just going to show you how to do that and also how to pack your bin. So let's start off with the most important part, your bin. Your bin's really, 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 really important. You can't just bring a model in a bag. The bin's really important. So what I have done is I have this good sized bin. For minis you don't need a giant bin. A bin this big is good. I just took a piece of bubble wrap and I lined the bottom. This bubble wrap is really weird, so I don't use it on my models. It's like, the bubbles are like hard. It's really weird. It's hard to explain. So I've lined the bottom with that, and it's not going to cooperate because I don't have the best angle since I'm behind the camera after all. Take a blanket. This is a baby blanket. Baby blankets are really soft, and they'll be good on your models that are in there. So I just lined it like that, and make sure you still have flappy stuff at the end. Make sure you have a lid. My lid's over there. Don't want it to take up space. So first we're going to start off with the pocket. So first off we're going to start off with the bubble wrap pocket. I do not know where I got these. I got some Schleich for Christmas and they came in these. I think Amazon sent them in these. I don't remember. This is the right side. You want the smooth side in and the bubble side out. And make sure they have a little sticky seal, so that they seal like that. Just make sure that that does not touch your models. So I'm going to pack my pair of dressages, this little one, and I'm going to put her in first. Like that. And make sure that there's a good amount of bubble wrap on each side of her. Then I have my original pair of dressage, and I'm going to set these guys down for this. It'll be much easier. Okay, so I'm going to put her in. Make sure there's about an inch space between them. So right now you can see there's a good amount of space in between them. Just scoot her down a bit. Then you are going to fold it in half. And what that does is that makes a little bubble wrap layer in between them too, actually. So that they aren't touching each other. They won't touch each other, they won't rub against each other. It's just smush against each other. Then you have this extra flap, and you're going to take that and push it over. I always tape it so it doesn't come undone and the horses don't, so that they don't fall out. And then you have this nice little pony nugget thing. So that is how I pack my stablemates most of the time. But sometimes you run out of your bubble wrap pockets. Like I have enough for most of my stablemate show strain, but I have one lone pony. Now I have this nice size square, which I also got Schleich in. And how I wrap my stablemates is, this is such an awkward angle for me. Okay. And I take it and I fold it over their head, so it's a little bit over. Take it and I fold it down like that, just making a little pony tube. As you see, there's like so much fringy stuff at the end. Not fringy, but you get it. I mean, it's so the tape. I'm getting the tape off. I fold it that way. I'm gonna tape it down. You don't always have to use tape. I use tape. It's easier for me at times. And fold it in which way protects the horse the most. The other way probably would be better, so her head is less exposed, so I'll do that. And there we go. Her head is not exposed as much as it was before. I just fold it once over each side. So then I have this tape is old, so it's kind of running out. But now you have a nice little pony wrapped up to go in your bin. Now single day stablemates, if you kept the wrapping like I did, this is Dungaree, the 2013 single day stablemate, well one of them. She came in this nice little bubble wrap thing that's I like the bubble wrap bar uses. It's very soft. It's good on the models. And I can just slip them in and close it up. And just use the pocket they came in. Like, this is fine. It won't harm the model. Unless you just throw them in there just by themselves. That probably is not the smartest idea. Just go in like that. And then you know who's in there. Maybe a nice little loading pouch for them. Now, some stablemates have stands. I know the jumper mold does. I don't know of any other ones. So I have this little itty bitty stand, and you do not want this to get damaged. If this gets damaged, you can't really show the model like you could, but it would not show as well. Take that tape off. But you basically just do it like this stablemate, the single stablemate that was just by itself. Just fold it up and then go like that, and then you have a little stand. Now, the easiest way of packing are pony pouches. Pony pouches use thick fleece. I made my own. I do sell them. I will be selling them at live shows. I'm not selling the one I'm going to. I don't have enough to sell. But I will be selling them at Miles and Milkshakes October, and then Novi Equestrian Expo and Tri-State Live that are coming up in November. I'll be selling these at those. You can make your own. You can buy them. You can do anything. Just put your model in. And then you can Velcro it. Pretty easy. And your model's all safe and protected now. Even with that said, I like to always take extra caution with pewter stones. So I have a little pony pouch for this little guy. He's a little big. I need to fix this pony pouch. It's breaking. I pulled too hard on one of the Velcros once and it came undone. So I have this, and I'm going to still make sure he stays extra safe on his way to his show, because he is a good showing model, and I do not want him to get damaged at all. He's kind of irreplaceable, so, like, I have a pewter stone run of 30, and she is wrapped like this. Just kind of go like that. They don't really need this extra bubble wrap, but it's always good to be extra safe with them. Last but not least, we have my classic. So how I wrap her, she's like my only showing classic. I have one of these bubble wrap pockets yet again. I'm going to put her in. Bubble wrap pockets are a really good thing if you could find them for sale. I think you can find them on eBay. I've seen them on there. And so I have her like that. And then what I'm going to do is I have this piece of bubble wrap. I can't really use it for anything else because obviously it has that hole. And she doesn't really need any extra protection, but why not? Always better safe than sorry. So, again, flat side in. I'm going to fold it. And just put it like that. So now she has an extra layer of bubble wrap that she doesn't really need, but still it keeps her extra protected. Now you have your bin ready and all your minis wrapped up. Now you have to pack them in the bin. I always put in my stablemates first. So I have, you saw me wrap up these guys, my 2 pair of dressages. So I just set them kind of there in the corner. And then here's another set. Just going to lay them down. Just like that. And then this one's a little loose. There we go. Okay, so now that all my stablemates and 2s are packed up. I still have dungaree, so I'm going to put her there. So I have a nice row of stablemates, and I have them going so they're like standing up, but some of them are upside down. Like you can see that this guy, he's standing up. But yet he's upside down. That's fine, they're all wrapped up well. And then, I'm just going to kind of smush them up against a little bit, because I want to make room for another model. I have my paddock pal. So what I'm going to do is, here's his face. I'm going to kind of wrap this so it's around his face, because that's the most vulnerable part of the model. And just put that there. So you still have all that space right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pewter stones. I know my pewter stones because they're wrapped in the white pony pouch first. Another one. And then we still have this one little single stablemate and the stand. So I'm going to just kind of tuck them in where I think they will fit. And make sure you want to keep your stand protected, so make sure it's got a little bit of wiggle room around it. So now you might think, oh no, where is my classic going? I I have this nice big piece of bubble wrap that I found. I think my blue came in this one, this piece. I just kind of tore it so it's a good size. But with this, never use this on a model. The holes are too big, and the space between the bubbles will cause the most damage. Use whatever size, standard bubble wrap size. But this is really nice for layering between, like making layers of models. So just kind of set the layer there. And then I have her, and I'm just going to place her over there. So now there's an extra layer. And then I can fold a blanket over. I always fold the two, like longer sides in first. And then I make sure that this is kind of all straightened out. And just fold it over. You can see that there's a little bit of model sticking out there. So I'm going to go like that. Grab my lid. And my ponies are all ready to go to the live show.